Hey, what's up, tribe? All right, heavy hitters. So I'm going through the comments here. How does being desensitized to the magnitude that you've been affect relationships with ones you love? For me, it's an everyday struggle. Keep on doing what you're doing, bro. You have nothing but the utmost respect from me. Okay, so Abso-frickin-lutely we're desensitized, you know what I mean? We're stepping over bodies in the hallway so we could just keep pushing and not be involved in anything. We know that somebody we like on the yard is about to get moved on, and you know, you got to walk around just shutting up about it. Um, you know, you see the most brutal shit you can see in there, and you know the most horrid secrets you can know in there, and you just have to keep your mouth shut and keep pushing. And absolutely, we're desensitized, you know, and for the longest time, you know, I would build a pillow, and you know, like I would hug that pillow, and you know, I'd crash with that pillow in my arms or something, and I would crave all this stuff. But when I got out here, I had no idea how to function around a female, how to treat and be sensitive to a female. I still have huge issues with knowing how to do it. I'm like, well, just fucking suck it up, you know? Like, that's what my head's telling me, but I try not to say those things today. It's hard. It's hard. If your man's having problems and you're, all you can do is keep loving him, you know? All you can do is keep assuring him that things will be all right if he wants them to be all right. He has to do his part. You know, he has to start learning to put himself out there. And putting himself out there today, the way people act today, there's no fucking loyalty out here. There's no true love. I hate that word forever. You know what I mean? I'll love you forever. Man, how long is forever for females? You know what I mean? Fucking 4 days? You know, I hated that word. Yeah, we're desensitized, but it's up to the female or the male or the counterpartner that's been out here living to show us what we need to do, you know, because we don't really know what we need to do. And if you can sit down, taking time, grabbing your man's hand or your woman's hand and sitting him down and holding hands, okay, keep making sure there's some kind of contact going on, and you know, look at them and say, babe, this is not okay with me. This is not okay with me. I love when you do this. You know, it's up to you to help build your man the way you want him to be. You know, because he's been through some shit. He's seen some shit. He's not even discussing some of that shit with you. He's holding it in. You know, we hold in our pain. We're taught that we're not allowed to show any emotions at all. And if he's just gotten out, so he's really having a rough time. If he's been out for a minute and he's still stuck in that, well, it's time to have the talk of, hey, my boy, you need to either start putting in some work and trying to work on yourself so that we could be okay, or break that fucking phone, so that we could be okay, or, you know, it's time. If he's been out a minute and this is still going on, then it's time to speak up on it. And a closed mouth doesn't get fed, you know. A squeaky wheel gets the grease. It's time to have the talk. Babe, I love you, but I need you to change. I need you to work on change. We need to come to some sort of, you know, I didn't have that. And in the relationship I'm in now, she does some similar stuff like that. Like I said, in public, when I'm out there, she'll squeeze my hand if I start acting, or she sees in my eyes, she sees that craziness starting to come in my eyes, she'll squeeze my hand and tell me it's going to be okay, or to settle down, or to do these things. So on that one, it's a two-part thing. You know, if he loves you enough, then he'll be willing to sit down and listen to you. And if he wants to change bad enough, and he's not, because he's totally comfortable in being fucking miserable, totally comfortable in being hateful, totally comfortable in all those. And I just read Just for Today. It was talking about change. It's time to change, but it's up to you to help him recognize that he needs to change. And I don't mean sit down and fight. I mean, go out, have a cup of coffee, sit outside in the sunshine or whatever, pick a nice atmosphere and approach the subject lovingly. We're not accustomed to being spoken to lovingly. We're a number. We've been a number for a long time. And it's up to you, if you want a better relationship, to help him with this relationship. Sit down, have the talk. This is acceptable. This isn't acceptable. I need you to, is there anything I can do to help? What can I do to help? Make suggestions. Don't just let it keep sliding, because you're not doing him any favors. There's going to be no growth on his part. And he's going to sit out here and just be miserable. In the program they call it dry drunk. Even if he doesn't use, he's came out, he's never used, he's still just a dry drunk, because he's just coasting through life on old fears, old behaviors, whatnot. So it's up to you. You play the hugest part in it, because if allowed to, he's just going to continue, or she is just going to continue coasting through that. We've known loyalty in there, and then we come out here and we've learned that people don't even know how to spell the word. They don't. There's no loyalty out here. There's no mannerism out here. There's no respect out here, and we used to have a saying, even a ding understands an ass whooping. A ding is somebody that's in the mental part of the facility. Sit down, have a talk. Without that talk, nothing's going to change. And then guess what? Have that talk again, and have that talk again. And be kind and loving throughout every talk. Don't let him feel that you're ganging up on him or making him feel that he's done something wrong, because all he's doing is what he knows how to do. He's in survival mode. And survival mode is, I like sitting like this. I like being able to see my whole surroundings. I don't like my back people being able to come up on my back. It's not comfortable. But if you have a kind woman that loves you, and she's going to sit down and she's going to go through this with you, or if you feel you're the one that's coming with the problems, and you feel that your problems are causing her problems, which is causing you guys problems, then you be the one to broach the subject. Babe, I'd like to sit down and discuss, my behaviors. I get that they're not exactly what you were hoping for. Can you please help me work on them? Nobody hustles harder than somebody that hates asking for shit. So if he's told what you expect out of the relationship, and you're constantly reminding him, not nagging him. Nagging is not going to get you anywhere, anywhere but left. If you're constantly reminding him, hey babe, today was a really good day. I really enjoyed it. Start bringing those things in yourself, then you're going to find there's going to start to be growth. There can't be nothing but growth if he's already at that, at the desensitized. It's time to start growing. Nobody wants to stay that way. I can assure you. I was very comfortable with that for a long time. I was very comfortable with being known as with whatever reputation, and but I was also the guy that people were like, fucking, hey, I'm going to jam, fucking Badger's about to be here, or whatever, I don't want any problems with this dude, blah, 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 whatever. And that's not my story today. To the best of my knowledge, people are okay when I come around. And to the best of my knowledge, I try and act okay when I come around, Nobody will tell on you quicker than people that are afraid of you. You know, you do something, you talk about it, and you know they know you were ready to kill. You were willing to kill Robbie. Well, they know that they're probably willing to be killed. You're willing to kill them as well, and nobody wants to be around that. You know, and as politically correct as society has gotten today, they'll figure out some way to make sure that you're not around anymore. So I hope that answered that question. You guys have no idea what we go through when we're there. You know, we're treated as cattle, we're treated as livestock basically, and told when to line up, when to do this, you know, when they're stripping the cell and they're pulling you out of your cell and you got nothing but boxers on, and you know you're being humiliated. You know, that's what they do to you. You know, we can't come out here and explain to you all the things that we've been through and why we are the way we are. But if you care about the person that you're talking about, then you'll be willing to sit down and know that this is constant work. You know, I mean, just like any relationship, really, communication is the key. You know, you don't have to go to prison to be desensitized to how society treats you and how you have to end up acting in society. You have to be willing to make the steps with your partner. It's constant growth, sitting down, give, take, you know. With that, some people want it to happen, some people need it to happen, but I definitely suggest all heavy hitters make it happen. Quit acting the way you've been acting and start working with each other. Nothing but love and respect. Shot your way.